Hello Internet, this video is part of the Jeep project playlist on Scott's Garage, where you have seen me do this complete frame-off restoration of this 1946 Willys CJ2A. In this video, I will be removing the original distributor, 80-year-old distributor, and replacing it with a new one sold by Kaiser Willys Auto Supply. I will give you the why I'm doing this and the how. Keep watching. Now, Kaiser Willys Auto Supply is a sponsor of the Jeep project. I want to thank Kaiser Willys for supplying me the new distributor. And you can get the same distributor by going to Kaiser Willys Auto Supply. And if you use my discount code SGarage10 upon checkout, you can get 10% off your order. Now the why. Why would I replace this 80-year-old original distributor on this 1946 Willys CJ2A? I mean, it's worked really well for 80 years. If you see my previous videos, the engine purrs at idle speed. You've seen me drive the Jeep as well. However, what I haven't shared with you is that from time to time, and it's more frequent now, there is a jitter in the engine. And when I'm going from low speed to high speed, things are just not quite right. There'll be a misfire from time to time. It's called drifting when it comes to the distributor, and things just aren't exactly right. Also, I've not done a video on timing the engine. No, I have timed it several times, and the dwell reading is supposed to be 41 degrees, and I'm not close to 41 degrees. The closest I can get is about 37 degrees. I also know that there's a little bit of wobble in the shaft, which I'll show you. And for these reasons, I'm replacing the original distributor. Now I'm going to keep it, and I'll probably will rebuild it. There are kits out there for this. I mean, I simply don't want to lose the original distributor. But I'm looking forward to putting in the brand new distributor sold by Kaiser Willys. The first thing I'm going to do is find top dead center, and I'll show you exactly how I do that. Now some may argue, well, the original one works really well. You can just pull that out. And with the oil pump, there's only really two ways you can put it in, and just put it in, line it up, it'll be close enough you can adjust from there. However, I discovered this years ago. My dad was the one that put this distributor in, and he didn't put it in correctly. It's 180 degrees off. So the oiler, if you can see right up there, is you put oil in there and it keeps the shaft oiled. It's actually supposed to be over here, and that gives you more room to play when you set the timing. And so I'm going to find top dead center right now before I pull this, and then I will pull this off. And when I put the new one in, I'm going to position it correctly. Okay, so here's what I do to find top dead center. This is cylinder 1 right here. Pull that, take the spark plug out, it's 13/16. I have some denatured alcohol just on a paper towel. Just want to make sure it's nice and clean so that my next step will work. You got to let that dry. Next, I'm using just plain old Scotch tape, and it should be wide enough to cover the hole. I think what I'll do though is just double it up, and then I'm just going to put it over the hole. I'm just going to press 2 pieces like that, and then it's going to cover the opening. All right, so what I'm going to do now is use the hand crank, and this goes underneath and it turns the crankshaft. And I'll put a close-up on the number 1 cylinder. And as I turn this, and you turn it clockwise, it's going to move the engine, obviously. And we'll figure out what is the exhaust stroke and then what is the compression stroke. And during the compression stroke, that's one we want to find, the tape is going to bubble. You might even hear it pop. And then we know we're at top dead center. All right, so I'm going underneath the vehicle, or to the front of the vehicle. I'll be turning the crank clockwise, and the piston will go down and up, and hopefully we'll time it right that we get the exhaust stroke, and it should suck the tape even further down. And then one more rotation, and we should see the tape expand, even pop. Then we know it's top dead center. Underneath here, you can see how this crank goes. Goes right in there to that nut. You can only spin it clockwise. There it is. So it pops, so the cylinder's coming up, and this should be then, as it's still not quite all the way up, but the compression stroke, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So this is the original distributor. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the cap, and then the rotor, and then the dust cap. Now we know it's at top dead center. Now I mentioned before that the original distributor here, it's off by 180 degrees. But it's time now to take this apart, and I think we'll also see the wobble in the shaft. So again, right there. By the way, I should point out that when I turn the crank down here, the only way you can turn it is clockwise. However, distributor on these L134s, it goes counterclockwise. I've seen some videos online that say the opposite. That's not true. That goes counterclockwise. And so we're going to take the rotor off. And here's the dust cap. And as I look at this, so yeah, it's just, you can see where it is. Now it's going to be just 180 degrees from that. I'm going to take the electrical off now too. I think it's 5/16. It's actually 3/8. Okay, here's a close-up of the points, and it's on the flat part, meaning as it's turning counterclockwise that it's the spark part for top dead center. I want to check the shaft now and see if there's any wobble in the shaft. And there is. There's play there, and that I think is causing part of the problem. It's just worn out. Guys, it's not the best lighting, but there's just one bolt that holds the distributor onto the block. And it's a small one, it's a 3/8 bolt. So I'm going to get a 3/8 inch wrench and we'll loosen it. Okay, there it is. Right, there it is, the original. It's worked really well for 80 years. Again, I'll probably rebuild it, but there's the auto light number right there. Toledo, Ohio. And let's put the new one in. Before I install the new one, I just want to point out that there are some differences. The one main difference is that there is an O-ring right here, and the old one didn't have that. The tips, even though they're both off center, and that's just the way it's designed with the oil pump. But the original one is kind of squared off here on the bottom. This is not the case. It's milled differently. And the main difference that I see is just simply how you time it. So on this, the old one, you loosen this nut, and you could turn it quite a ways. Now, I was restricted because of the oiler hitting the block. But the new one, there's a bolt right there, and that's for timing it, and you can see there's a groove there. So it kind of restricts how far you can turn the distributor. Now let's install the new one. Okay, we're looking at the engine block, and I want to see if I can zoom in into the engine block all the way down to the oil pump. Add a little bit of light here. There we go, that's perfect. You can see the oil pump down there. You can see that it's off-centered, the notch that it fits into. And so I'm going to line the shaft on the new pump so that it matches identically. And again, we know it's at top dead center. I'm going to add a little bit of grease. Actually, it's Vaseline oil, but it'll work just fine. Just around the O-ring. Okay, let's see if it goes in place. All right, there it's in place. I had to get it past the O-ring. There we go. I felt that go in. All right, I'm going to put the cap on now. There's only one way the cap can go on. So number one cylinder should be somewhere in there. There we go. And the next thing I'm going to do is put that little bolt in place. I'm just going to hand tighten it for now. Okay. Now there is enough play there, and I'm kind of wondering if that's the bolt to tighten and loosen for setting the timing. There's another one back here that is really hard to get to, and there's play in there too, but that's already tight. I'm kind of thinking this is the one to adjust, so I'll stand corrected. I'm going to give this a try first. Now the next thing is to attach this to the coil, and I'm going to have to get rid of or take off the original. So this is the original wire did not have PVC coating. It's actually fabric, so it's black with two white stripe. However, unless I join these two ends together, which I think looks kind of weird, I think I'm going to just take this off. I'll keep the wire, and I'll attach this wire then to the coil. And this is a 3/8 nut. Probably have to do some wire management here, but for now, so the firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2. It turns counterclockwise, the distributor. So 1, 3, 4, 2. Now I have my cables numbered already. Let's find number 1. There's 1. 3. There's 3. 4. 2. And the cylinders are, the 1 is closest to the front, so 1, 2, 3, 4. But again, 1, 4, 3, 2. And now the coil. Should be close to testing. I need to put the spark plug number 1 back on. Okay, everything's set. Got the battery cable on. Everything's buttoned up. I got the spark plug wire on. I didn't film it, but it's done. It's time now to test it. I'll start it. It'll be a cold start. And I can't leave it running in the garage because of the exhaust. But I'm going to try to get it started, move out there, and we'll see how she works. All right, so far so good, man. Man, I can't believe it. This just starting it, it's purring like a kitten. I haven't done anything to even slightly adjust it. I am amazed at this. The distributor out of the box works really well. The points, of course, are already set from Kaiser Willys. So I am really pleased for the initial startup. And I'll do a separate video on timing it and setting the dwell and all of that. But I could just tell by just backing up the short distance I did that this is so much better and so much more power. I'm just going to hit the gas pedal and just see if there's any hesitation at all, and then we'll wrap up this video. Man, that is so great. It didn't do this before. It would be sputtering a little bit, misfiring. It's not doing that at all. So I am very pleased. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. If you got any value at all from this video, please give me a like. It costs you nothing, but it's a great value to me. And as always, have a great day.